White man came from across the sea. He brought us pain and misery. He killed our tribes. He killed our Cree. He killed our game for his own needs. We fought him hard. We fought him well. Out on the plains we gave him hell. But many came, too much for Cree. Oh, will we ever be set free? Dun, 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 dun. Riding through dust clouds and barren waste. Okay, BOOZHOO. I was just singing an old Iron Maiden tune. You know, nobody understands the plight of Native Americans in history more than the English hair metal bands from the 80s. Run to the hills, run for your lives, up away, Ishbadinamagad, up away, Ishbadinamagad. Up away, to run to a certain place. Up away. Ishbadinamagad are the hills. Ishbadinamagad. Up away, Ishbadinamagad. Run to the hills. There are certain times in life, kids, when you will find yourself with the decision to stand your ground, to fight, or to just run to the hills. Sometimes it's best to just, get out of there. So today, I'd like to talk about times when it is good to just run. Just go. Run to the hills. Here comes the cavalry. Run to the hills. That's kind of funny. There's an old expression. Oh, here comes the cavalry. And for Chamokaman, the great knives, that's supposed to mean, oh, don't worry, here comes help. Here comes the cavalry. But to the Dakota, that had a totally different meaning. It's like, hikes, you better run to the hills. Here comes the cavalry. But they kind of showed the cavalry what's up on that, whenever that was, with Custer's last stand. Anyway, what was I talking about? When you should run to the hills. These are red flag warnings for young men. When you meet a woman who has a neck tattoo of some other guy that she's no longer with, run to the hills. She may be pretty, she may be sweet, she may even be funny. But if she doesn't have the common sense not to tattoo a man's name on her neck, then run to the hills. You don't want to be involved with that kind of woman. When you meet a woman who is an artist or a musician or does something creative and she's really into it and she's really bad at it, run to the hills. You don't want to be involved. A person who does a lot of art and is really bad, especially if they're a pretty woman, has never been given constructive criticism. There's a lot of people out there who think they're good singers and good artists, and they're not. And so this is a good sign of someone being deluded or narcissistic or stupid Run to the hills, young men. If you meet a woman who's, I mean, if she's a good artist, then great, you know. But if she's bad, run to the hills. Up away, ishpadina magud. Run to the hills. When should you run to the hills? When it's when you're a kindergartner and you show up to story time at your local library. I don't know if they'll do this anymore with the current situation, and it's transgendered story hour, and there are 3 guys in various forms of attire. You know, there's some 6'4" dude dressed as a geisha girl. Run to the hills. What else? Run to the hills. Run for your life. Obviously, if a woman hates her dad, you know, that should be the first question you ask. Young men, how's your relationship with your father? If she has anything good to say, then that's a good sign. Don't listen to the guys who think that's a sign, you know, of, something else. If she hates her dad or doesn't know her dad or, somehow, it's just trouble. And I know this is going to make, dating kind of hard. To find a woman who doesn't hate her dad, doesn't have a tattooed neck, and isn't a bad singer, bad drawer, but fancies themselves a children's book illustrator. This too. Poets. Poets who can't rhyme. Run to the hills, young men. If you meet a woman who thinks she's a poet and she makes you listen to her non-rhyming, no rhyme scheme, no meter, no line length. She doesn't understand anything like that because she went to college and the English department told her that, poetry doesn't have to rhyme. Run to the hills. I mean, these aren't the worst people in the world. Why am I dogging artists so much? I guess these are the kind of women I've dated. I know I'm going to make a lot of people mad with this one. Young men. This is just for the men. Ladies, would you please give us the room? I would like to give some advice to young men. Oh, you're just going to stay? Okay, fine. But men, I hate to break it to you. It's not a good idea to date a single mom. That never works out. And I know, what do you mean? My mom was a single mom, and all my half-brothers and sisters, they had single moms too. It worked out. But it's kind of like meeting somebody with a cracked cell phone. Their lives are out of control. They react. They can't, they don't take responsibility for their lives. And every single mom says the same thing on Facebook. Oh, my kids are my life. Except on Friday and Saturday nights. Then that's mom's time. But you're never going to be number one in her life. She's always going to put them kids first. Your dates are going to cost whatever a date costs times 2, 3, 4, whatever. You want to take her out to pizza? Oh, that's great. Just grab her 2, 3 kids, put them in the back of the car. Oh, and you're going to need a car seat now for your car. And there's going to be some weirdo creep guy out there who doesn't like that you're making his kids laugh and giggle and you're buying them movie tickets and McDonald's. That's going to be a problem. And let's face it, you also run the risk of becoming baby daddy number 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever. You don't want to be that. So I'm just telling you, man to man, be careful out there. There's a lot of landmines, and sometimes the cavalry can look like a pretty woman. Run to the hills, run for your lives, run to the hills. Up away, Ishba Dinamagud, run to the hills. And this has been your Ojibwe word of the day, and your fatherly advice, your unclely advice from Uncle Nanaboozhoo for the young men, our warriors of the future. I know nobody cares about you guys anymore. It's always, oh, the girls. But Uncle Nanaboozhoo, he's thinking about you. He wants what's best for you. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm gonna make some more coffee. Alright, thanks for watching. Miigwech ganawabieg. BOOZHOO Nanaboozhoo, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am Nanaboozhoo. Give us a thumbs up if you like the show. Click the link if you'd like to support the show. And I will see you again. GOFUNDME. Minowa. Hawa. All right. La 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 la. Galloping through dust clouds and barren waste. White man came across the sea. He brought us pain and misery. He killed our tribes, he killed our creed. He killed our game for his own needs. We fought him hard, we fought him well. Out in the plains we gave him hell. But many came, too much for creed. Oh, will we ever be set free? Riding through dust clouds and barren wastes, galloping hard on the plains, chasing the redskins back to their holes, fighting them at their own game. Murder for freedom, the stab in the back. Women and children are cowards attack. Murder for freedom, the stab in the back. Women and children are cowards attack. Run to the hills, run for your lives. Run to the hills, run for your life. Soldier blue in the barren wastes, hunting and killing their game, raping the women and wasting the men. The only good Indians are tame, selling them whiskey and taking their gold, enslaving the young and destroying the old. Selling them whiskey and taking their gold, enslaving the young and destroying the old. Run to the hills, run for your lives. 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 Oh, what? That was great, Michael. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Lyons and an Iron Maiden tune. Oh,